Hi. I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna read an email that I got. So it's gonna be a few minutes. It's really good, and I think it can help with what's going on in this country right now. So I'm gonna read it. I've been thinking about how I could actually make a video about this, but this person, whoever it is, it's anonymous. Put it in the words that I want to read to everybody. So I hope that you enjoy this. So here I go. Dear Democrats, dear Democrats. Now I know you don't like President Trump. That's a given. So let's move on from that. How about the division of America? Do you really blame Trump for that? How about when none of the Democrats showed up for his inauguration? Don't you think that started the division? He hadn't even been president yet, and except for Clinton and Obama, not one Democrat showed up. Is that when Trump divided America? Can you imagine if Republicans didn't show up for Obama's inauguration because they lost? Can you even start to imagine what would have happened? How about 19 minutes after Trump was inaugurated, the Washington Post declared the impeachment campaign had started? Was that when Trump divided America? Yeah. So, how about when Nancy Pelosi ripped up Trump's State of the Union right in front of the world, showing complete disrespect for the President of the United States? Did that bring the country together? And is that when Trump divided America? All great questions so far. How about when America had to endure 3 years and over $30 million spent on trying to prove that Trump only won because of Russian collusion and not because America voted him in? And 17 Democrats did everything in their power to prove that there was Russian collusion and came up with zero. Was that when Trump divided America? I can't even start to go over the negative press he's received since his surprise win. Remember the donors, the likes of Bloomberg, who gave $27 million, Tom Steyer, who gave $17 million, George Soros, who gave $9 million, and many, many more. They gave multi-millions to Hillary, wanted a return on their investment. Do you really think that the donors who gave millions upon millions just because they love Hillary? No. These weren't campaign donations. They were investments into what Hillary had promised them when she became president. They were so sure she would win, they would be showered with huge returns. And when it didn't happen and they lost all those millions, they went all out to take Trump out of office by any means possible. Did you know that 90% of the mainstream media and the corporations that own them are owned or run by big Democrat donors? You can verify all that for yourselves. I did. Since the moment Trump won, even before he was inaugurated, the mainstream media reporting was 92% negative on Trump. Do you know why? It was those big donors that lost their dream of millions of dollars on their returns that they were going to receive when Hillary was president. And they weren't going to take that loss lightly. They needed to punish Trump and those that voted him in. I've said this since the night he was elected. There's nothing the left won't do to take down our president, our country, and us. No low they won't go to get their power back. And sadly, we have seen this every single day since his election. Let me ask you this. Have you ever listened to Trump or appreciated any accomplishment or campaign promises he's kept? Have you ever gone to one of his rallies, or have you just closed your mind to anything he does? Please ask yourselves the following questions if you dare. What has Joe Biden done for America in the last 47 years that he's held in office? What did Joe Biden ever do for blacks when he and Obama were in office? What has Joe Biden ever done in his entire life to create a private sector job? What has Joe Biden done to help the American middle class worker? Let me ask you this. Why do you think there are so many people tearing down statues, or are burning our flag, beating up police officers, disrespecting our founders, and hating our country? It comes straight from our schools that we have slowly begun tearing down our history. If there's a teacher out there, please tell me the following. Do you teach the truth that it was the Democrats that are the KKK, that the grand leaders of the KKK was Robert Byrd, who was elected to Congress as a Democrat and served for decades, and it was Hillary, Bill, and Obama that gave that eulogy praising him, that the Democrats fought the Civil War to keep slavery, that the inner city ghettos were created by Democrats to keep control of slaves after they were freed, that Planned Parenthood was founded in inner cities to control the black population. Is any of this in your history books? Let me ask you this as well. Can a student speak up when he or she disagrees with a teacher when they say that Trump is a horrible president or the Electoral College has to be eliminated? I don't think so. Well, I know a student that actually this happened to. When a teacher said it had to be eliminated because Hillary lost, he stated the reason it should stay. She ripped him apart and gave the entire class a 5-hour test and stated it was because he dared to disagree with her. Is that happening in your schools? Just recently, too, I'll add this, that this kid said he admired Trump and was suspended from his class. That guy's getting slammed across all Fox News. I don't know if any other news stations are reporting it, but school teachers are becoming real live Nazis, in my humble opinion. Okay, so that goes on. I'm only asking questions. I'd like your answers. President Trump and his entire family has been vilified, demeaned, and disrespected for one reason, and the one reason why is because he won. Have you noticed the Democrats only throw tantrums and objects to everything he does and have never once gotten behind him to make America the best it can be? Why? They can't afford to get behind him. He would win again, and they can't let that happen. If he wins again, the Democrat Party will be destroyed, and they know it. Did you know that the cages the left claimed that Trump built to put illegal children in were built by Obama for the very purpose of putting illegal children in? Was that all over the news when Obama did it? The very same cages, but the media was silent. How about when Trump commuted Roger Stone's sentence and was demonized 24/7, but not a word, when Obama commuted 1,715 inmates, which included 330 he granted on his last day in office? Did we even hear one word about it? No. Were the reporters even reporting it? No. Just look at the difference in the reporting. By the way, since Trump has been in office, he's commuted 10 people. Compare that to Obama. Is that reporting fair? No. How about when Biden and Obama allowed the H1N1, the swine flu, to infect millions of Americans before declaring it a health emergency? Was the press losing its mind calling it the Obama flu and blaming Obama and Biden for the spread? Silence. Compare this to the negative coverage that Trump got when he immediately halted travel from China. Then in February, Nancy Pelosi went to Chinatown and said, "Come on down." De Blasio and Martin said, "Ride the subways and go to Broadway." And I'm going to add this myself, because Biden was saying that Trump was xenophobic for shutting down travel to and from China, which was the smartest thing he ever could have done. I was praising him at the time he did that. That was shortly after the swine flu was announced in the United States. 5 people had been infected, and he had took those steps. Okay, I'm going to go on. Compare his negative coverage that Trump got when he immediately halted travel from China. Then in February, I already read that. Sorry. Okay, a final question. What have the Democrats done to help make America the best, to get behind a president that works tirelessly to care about we the people? Instead of using us as political pawns, what have the Democrats done for people of color except for giving illegals more rights than citizens and having us pay for it? Just imagine what this country could accomplish if the Democrats worked with him on the economy, the coronavirus, the inner cities where he's created opportunity zones, job training. When Trump tried to get school choice for inner city students, they ran Betsy DeVos out. The Democrats running those inner city schools wanted no part of school choice. Have you ever wondered why it's cities that have been run for decades Have you ever wondered why it's cities that have been run for decades that have the most homeless, the most crime, the most murders, the worst inner city schools are all run by Democrats? If you haven't started asking yourself these questions, maybe you should. As I said, my entire family used to be Democrats, but not one will ever vote Democrat again. They asked themselves the same questions, and the answer was clear. I have to say, too, I have to add this for myself, that when there's a Trump rally and he announces low black unemployment or low employment for women and Hispanics, the whole crowd erupts into applause. I mean, it's just the whole crowd is on their feet clapping. I just don't understand where the division is. And I mean, if we want everyone to be happy. We want everyone to be wealthy. Our party wants peace and happiness and gratitude to be in the freest, greatest country in the world. That's all I think that we ask for, is for other people to join us in the gratitude of this country. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this article or email. Thanks. Bye. God bless you. God bless President Donald J. Trump, and God bless America. See you later.